Coach Josh Official here. How are we doing today? And today I'm gonna be doing a little vlog style content. I'm gonna be taking you through my full workout training routine. I'm gonna give you the warm up, some stretches, some mobility, and everything we need. Today we're at Bullpen Boxing, my new location, big and spacious spot. So a lot of fighters, the main thing I see that really butchers your progress is not a structured warm up routine. I see a lot of boxers, their warm up is 2 rounds of jump rope. Boxing's such an intense sport on the joints, ligaments, especially over a long period of time. You need to really take your time and ease into the warm-up. Don't rush it. I'm gonna give you guys a full warm-up, kind of brisk through it, but it's gonna be everything you need to get your body right. So we're gonna start nice, easy running on the toes. And notice, I'm not tense here. I'm just dropping the arms, throwing punches down on the sides, and just relax. Staying on the balls of the feet. Get that blood pumping, not overexerting. Next up, let's go backwards. We're gonna go light on the toes. Keep those heels off the ground, okay? Like I said, every movement in this has a purpose. So just trust and follow along. Once we do backwards, next up, spin around, light on the toes. Keep those heels off the ground. The things we need to stimulate in this warm-up are our joints, ligaments, nervous system, and balance. Those are the things I'm trying to activate. Opposite direction. This right here is gonna work on my balance. This gets you nice and dizzy, and it takes precision to not spin too fast to where you fall. After a couple spins each side, knuckles on the cheekbones, elbows on the ribs, okay? Not this, not this. Close the gate so a glove can't fit through, and feel the hands on the face. Not here, because it's gonna come back and hit you. Press them on the face. Looking straight, head and chest in the same direction, and here. I don't want to see this. Don't fuse your traps to your head. Relax. Every time I hit the ground, my shoulders are dropping. Switch sides. Those knuckles are still glued on my face. By now, you should feel those calves heating up, hamstrings, glutes, all the muscles we need in the lower body. Next up, 2 steps one side, 2 steps the next. So here, we're gonna go here. 1, 2. After 2, pivot. When we pivot with the chest in. A big mistake from fighters is they pivot with the back in, meaning you give up your back. No matter what martial art you practice, giving up the back is a no-no. Jiu-jitsu, wrestling, whatever, you want to protect your back. So I'm turning chest in. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2. Once you're ready, you feel comfortable, you could add punches. Nice. After that, we're gonna go hands behind the back, kick those feet. All right, warm up the hamstrings, glutes, and really push those legs, come on. Next up, knees up, hands moving with the feet. Get that coordination ready. Right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Once you're more comfortable, we're gonna add punches with the knees up. Here, make sure I'm twisting that fist at the top. All right, it's like I'm turning on a car. Imagine turning on an old Buick. Pinky on top, here. The reason for that is so the chin is protected by the shoulder. Twist, chin protected, no twist, chin exposed. Good. Next up, now that the knees are done, we're gonna move on to heel taps. Outside, inside. Outside, outside, inside, inside. Way harder than it looks. Take your time, stay on those toes. Next up, let's spin around. Couple to the left, couple to the right. Once that's done, now we're gonna move up to the upper body. So, thumb on the shoulders like our first day of school, feet shoulder width apart, and soft knees. Now boxing steps are like this, guys. The only difference is there's distance between my feet. So I'm here, small steps, and with every circle I do a step. Elbow above the ear, thumb on the shoulder like we're wearing a backpack. And nice and relaxed. These are volume based, not effort based. So don't try to go hard, just relax and go for volume. Just like fighting. A lot of combat training is volume based, not effort based. Next up, backwards, same thing. When I'm going backwards, it's like I have a pencil between my shoulder blades and I'm trying to crush it. You could also use the analogy of elbowing someone behind you. Next up, now we're gonna work on our coordination. The same way we walk, left hand, right foot, is the same way we advance in our peekaboo style. Here, here. So to get our body ready, we're gonna keep the thumbs on the shoulders, left elbow, right foot. Now pay attention, what does my back foot do? The heel is rotated out, okay? Here, like we're squishing a cigarette butt. The reason the heel pivot is so important is because without rotating that heel out, my hip will not turn over. You cannot turn the hip without twisting the foot or efficiently do it. I'm not generating power with that. Thumb on the shoulder, left hand, right foot, right hand, left foot. Next up, same thing, backwards. So how do we walk going backwards? When my right hand goes forward, my right foot goes back. So same hand, same foot. Going forward, it's opposite hand, opposite foot. The same way we punch. Going backwards, punch with the left, step with the left. Punch with the right, step with the right. So here, walking forward, throwing the elbows back. Left hand, left elbow, left foot. Right elbow, right foot. Notice I'm still twisting that hip, like I'm ripping my shirt, here. Nice. Next up, straight arms, don't bend in the elbow, big circles. Clap with every step. Small steps, back straight, look straight. Backwards. Pull with the back. It's like you're scooping all the way. Bam, 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 bam. Next up, opposite forward. Left hand, right foot, just like we're swimming. Here, here. This is really tricky because watch when I speed it up. Small steps equal fast hands. Great warm up for the core and upper body. Next up, the alteration, backwards with knees up, here. Now, just a little checkpoint. For those of you who think this is, look, it works, trust me. This is just the warm up before the workout. So backwards, knees up. And relax. Next up, going up on the toes of the weak leg. For me, it's my left. Whatever leg is usually non-dominant is usually the weakest. Using the momentum of my arms, I go up into calf raise. Up, step. Up, step. Now notice, at the top, even to my fingers, I'm reaching to the ceiling. This is to open up the lat and the upper back muscles. Up, step. Up, step. Up, step. This also improves the calf muscles of the weaker leg. Sometimes I switch to my right. Next up, we're doing alternative. Left hand, right foot. Just like we're marching. Looking straight, back straight. Beautiful. Next up, scissors, all right? 2 small, 1 big. Don't let the arms drop below that chest level. All the way straight to the fingertips. So today we're gonna work on punching technique, all right? So this past Sunday, I went down to Underground Boxing in Brooklyn. I trained with a Soviet coach, okay? And the main thing that he emphasized to me is people muscling through their punches is what causes the fatigue. So when I'm on the bag here, this is an example of muscling through the punch. You're trying to hit too hard. I'll do the same punch with a more relaxed motion and watch the delivery, how much more cleaner it comes. Hold on. This is more relaxed. Hold on, hold on. See, I'm not muscling through the punches and just tap. When you guys are working on the bag, a common mistake I see is every punch is trying to be 100%, 70%, 100%, too high percentage. You need to do something called probing punches or called filler punches. Some people also know these as fake punches, but they're pretty much punches used to fill the gaps. Bam, bam. I use just 3 jabs just to keep him preoccupied and launch that cross down the middle. Bah. Bah, bah. All right? Doesn't mean only one power shot, but set it up. When you go off the gate trying to just go for somebody's head and take them out, it's just telegraphing. Emotions telegraph. Take your time, work the bag, and notice, what am I doing? Practice defense, practice moving, all right? All the things I said in the other video all translate. All these vids are gonna kind of snowball into each other. The feet and the balance also put us in the best position to have that good punching technique. Bah, 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 bah. Nice and relaxed. All right? All right, so the next topic we're gonna touch on too that segues also from the relaxing of our punches and volume and fake punches is our wrist alignment, okay? When most humans punch naturally, you don't notice it because it's so slight, but the wrist is slightly elevated here. When I'm doing this to change this, watch my forearm muscles when I switch the wrist position. Look, they slightly engage more or less. You want the knuckles here. At the end of the punch, that's a part of that snap. Here, pushing, bam, bam, bam. Curving the fist down, going over the wall and bam. Not here, here, okay? That's gonna give you a good snap and punches, especially straights and especially across. Now for other punches like the uppercuts and hooks, may I ask, how do I position my wrist? It's the same thing. The fist is the arrow of the hand. You wanna make it as aerodynamic as possible. On uppercuts, it doesn't make sense to have the palm here because it's less aerodynamic. I wanna curve it towards me to cut through the air more efficiently. Twist the foot, hit back shoulder, here, here, curve the fist, twist the fist as well, here, all right? Try these out. These are all tips that go from the foot all the way down to the feet, from the fist to the foot. That'll help you punch harder and generate more power, okay? Take your time, focus on the technicalities, and improve your technique. Have fun, join the Discord link in bio, join the community, and you can receive more free technique and critique from me and my other peers. Have fun. Alrighty, just did a little warm up. So, let's do a little Q&A. I got a lot of questions. Let's see. Coach Josh, I'm a new boxer and I'm looking to get into competing. Can you give me a walkthrough of what to expect? I hear some nightmare stories and then I hear some friends tell me it's the best thing they ever did. What is your take? So, with that being said, amateur boxing and what to expect. So, I love the amateur boxing circuit, but the first thing I'm gonna say to this is it's no different than something like a rec league basketball or, you know, a sport on the upcoming. You're not on the highest level, so don't expect the organization of a pro fight. I've seen a lot of fighters prepare weeks, months, sacrifice summers, nights out, etc., and then they get to the fight, and what happens? Your opponent misses weight, his tummy hurt, he couldn't make it. So a big thing I want to prepare you guys for and what an accurate representation of amateur boxing is preparing for a fight and not facing who you thought you were or them not just showing up in general and you not fighting, which are all possibilities and risks we take as amateur boxers. So with that being said, not to shed a negative light on it, but that's just a realistic perspective that I wasn't taught and kind of surprised me when I first started competing, going to these fights like, oh, this guy missed a fight. This guy, I've seen fighters go 3 fights in a row where the opponent either pulled out, missed weight, or just didn't prepare. So those are things to really realistically get prepared for. Now, the walkthrough. So, and the biggest I'm gonna dive into this. The biggest thing why amateur boxers fail, conditioning. In amateur boxing, it's not, especially when you're novice, the novice division is for fighters who are 10 fights and under. So when you first start competing, you're gonna be, so quote unquote, novice. So here's another one of my stripes with the amateur boxing circuit. I've seen boxers lie and be in the novice league for way longer than they should when they have well over 10 fights or have been boxing over a decade. So that's something you also have to be ready and prepared for. You know, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. For amateurs, my thing, I would say to anyone watching this who wants to take the safest route, over prepare, okay? If you have not been boxing for a year minimum and got your body conditioned, I should say you're out of your mind for taking an amateur fight. Not saying it can't be done or can't be won, but I'm a guy that's a numbers guy. You know, boxing is not an easy sport, and neither is it to get your body conditioned to be able to go three-minute rounds, 9 minutes straight of straight punching. It sounds minuscule, but it's very taxing on the body more than people think, all right? So back to the novice thing. After your first 10 fights, you'll be in what we call the open division. Now, this is where you're gonna see a lot more technique. But while you're novice, which takes a while depending on the state, I'm from Connecticut, there's only about 6 events a year. So you probably have to be fighting for 2 years straight to leave novice, at least where I'm from. So location plays a factor. But while being novice, okay, don't rush into it. You might get your first fight. My first fight, I fought someone with like 4 or 5 fights. And he's now the New England Open champion. Shout out to Nathan. But these are just things you have to face and get ready for. Don't just sit there, make sure your training is cohesive. Don't take a fight without a coach you've been consistent with, okay? Another thing I've seen cause the demise of a lot of boxers is getting a coach and switching. Getting a new coach, switching. Getting a new gym, then switching. Stick with someone who you trust their systems and their conditioning and get ready for what's to come, okay? This is not a technique bout. Your first fight, right? 50% of your stamina is gonna go just from the nerves. All right, so anytime you perform in the ring, remember this, keep this in mind. My coach taught me this. You are never gonna perform at 100% here. The crowd's gonna take 20, the adrenaline's gonna take another 20, and then you know a bad diet or a mistake you make might take 10. Right there, you're at 50%, okay? So these are things to remember. Maybe you'll get, even at the top of some pro boxer's career, they're like, yeah, I was at 85%. You're never going to get to 100%, okay? It is impossible because there's external factors that are gonna drain you mentally and physically, like the crowd, people's opinions, tweets, whatever you let get in your head could get in the way of you getting your goal. So make sure you're prepared, not just physically, which is gonna be an exponential amount, but mentally, okay? You need to be able to calm your nerves and not get too excited, because that's another way that could tire you out before the fight even starts. So furthermore, going into it, just to sum it up, the amateur boxing circuit, yes, it's fun, but boxing, it's a contact sport. It's just like football. There's damage that you could take in there that might not show up for 10, 20, or even 30 years. So take it serious, prepare your body, prepare your mind, and go in there and be safe. Coach Josh, that's just my opinions and some notes on the amateur circuit. If you want some more content like this or want me to cover more of this basis topic, let me know, comment below. Coach Josh here. Make sure you guys join the Discord. About 200 members in there. I launched it only 2 days ago. We're getting 100 members a day. Get in there before we start charging for it. It's free knowledge, free access, free meal plans, free weightlifter plans, everything boxing related. And then there's sometimes things not boxing related. We're just a bunch of guys guys and girls that like combat sports, looking to communicate. Get in there, be on alert. I'm dropping a PDF soon in the next 2 weeks with all the boxing warm-ups, routines, and everything you need to progress as a boxer with or without a coach, all right? Comment, subscribe, follow, keep interacting, and I'll keep pumping out the content. Thank you guys for everything. Peace.